life with Tao. When you become passive, relaxed, you will feel that something is lost. Become passive and relaxed. The balance will come on its own. When you become passive, relaxed, you feel that something is lost. Allow that to be lost. Remain with passivity. Balance point will come soon when you will be right at the point where there is no fever. Nobody is pushing you. Nobody is pulling you. Normally it happens. We are not our own self. Something is pushing us in any situation and something is pulling us. Like you are relating with someone. There is an argument. There is something that pushing you, pushing words out of you. There is another force that is pulling the words out of you. So when there is a balance, the force that pushes and pulls is neutralized. Now activity will start happening to you, but it will be spontaneous, natural. You will do something, but you are not being pulled or pushed by anything. This is the way of consciousness. But for that, you have to be passive and relax first. In the beginning, you will feel that something is lost. There is no fever. When you are interacting with someone, you are passive. You feel that the fever, the kind of way in which you were engaging or interacting is no more there. But this is a point. If you remain with that, you will achieve the balance point where neither there is a repulsive force nor attractive force, nor something to push you forward to say and do things, or a force that pulling you or instigating you to say or do something which you have to repent afterwards. So when this balance point is reached, which is very important in relating to someone or in life, now activity will start happening to you, through you, but it will be spontaneous and natural. You will do something, but you are neither pulled nor pushed by any force. And what is the criteria by which you know whether this activity is not forced on you, is not feverish? This is the point. If activity is happening out of you, words are overflowing spontaneously, you will not feel any tension through it. You will not feel any burden. You will enjoy it. And the activity will become an end unto itself. There will be no end. This will not mean to reach somewhere else. It will be just an overflow of your own energy and this overflow will be spontaneous here now. It will not be somewhere in the future, and you will enjoy it. Whatsoever it is, whatsoever you are doing, digging a hole in the garden, or pruning trees, or just sitting, or walking, or eating, or cooking, or having a sexual interaction, whatsoever you are doing will become absolute in itself, total action, and after it you will not feel tired. So at times you are engaging in your normal activities and you are amazed that you are not feeling tired, rather you are feeling refreshed. This begins to happen on a day-to-day basis, but we do not realize why is this happening. It is happening that in the moments of passivity, you are relaxed, a balance point has come when nothing is pulling you forward or nothing is pushing you forward. Whatsoever you are in a balance point, it is natural and spontaneous. Earlier on, whatsoever you have been doing, something was pushing you. It was a burden that you have to do it. It was not emerging out of your free will, out of your joy. Sometimes now you say, when I ask you, you say, I just want to do it. Just want to do it is not an ordinary statement. It is emerging out of your spontaneity. And in that state, whatsoever you do, you may have a long hours, you may have a strenuous work, but there will be no loss of energy. You will feel refreshed every moment. Whatsoever you are doing will become absolute in itself, total action. Normally, when you look at it, you were not total into whatsoever you are doing. Even if you are having sex, you are not totally into it. You are thinking of something else. You are digging a hole in the garden, watering the plants, pruning, or cleaning it. You are not totally into it. Your energies are divided. So the activity will be emerging out of feverishness, and that will tire you. A natural activity which is emerging out of you, out of your own free will, and with that statement, I just want to do it. When I say it is late, let us leave it. No, I just want to do it. So it is your joy, your spontaneity has come forward and has assumed the form of whatsoever you want to do. Whatsoever you want to do, doesn't matter. A feverish activity will tire you. It is sick. A natural activity nourishes you when emerges out of you spontaneously. It will nourish you. It will energize you. You will feel more vital after it. You will feel more alive after it. It will give you more life and aliveness. But in the beginning, when you start becoming passive and you fall in a state of non-doing, it is bound to be felt that you are losing awareness. Moving, you are active in a particular way. So, just as your vehicle is in a forward gear, In order to move the vehicle backward or go into the reverse gear, the passage is through neutral gear. So when you are in the neutral gear, that means you are passive, the vehicle is passive now or entering into a non-doing mode. It is bound to be felt that you, at that time, that you are losing the speed, means the awareness. No, you are not losing awareness. You are simply losing a feverish activity of mentation, a favorite type of alertness. When the vehicle was moving forward, you want to go into the reverse gear, you pass through the state of neutrality, that is passiveness, non-doing. You will, and then soon you will settle into passivity, and then a natural awareness will happen. As such, your awareness is guided by the feverishness. This is the difference between a feverish alertness and natural awareness. This is the difference. In the feverish activity, there is a concentration. It excludes everything. It is like you are concentrating. The light is gone, for example. To understand that there is no light, you are looking for something, or because of the furniture, the light does not go into all the corners of the house. Certain corners are in dark, like under the bed. There will not be enough light. If you are looking for something, you have to look at it in a different way. You have to use the torchlight. So you focus torchlight in a particular direction. This is where the feverish alertness means there is a concentration. The light of the torch is being focused in a particular direction. And the light will exclude everything. It is being focused in one way. This is known as feverish alertness. You can concentrate on one thing. You can listen to me. It is a feverish alertness. Then you can listen to me and you are totally unaware of everything else. But it is a passive, but if it is a passive alertness, not feverish, but balanced, natural, then even if a car passes by, you will hear the car also. You will hear the barking of the dogs. You are simply aware. You are aware of everything, of whatsoever is happening around you. A car passes on the street, a dog barks, or anything. And this is the beauty of it, that the car passes by and you hear the noise, but it is not disturbing you. Then you are becoming natural. This is natural awareness. In the moments of natural awareness, you are aware of everything. If you are feverishly attentive, you will hear a car, you will hear me, and the noise of the car will be a disturbance. This is the situation of almost everyone who is going to practice awareness, practice meditation. And for practicing meditation, you make everybody tense. I am going to do the meditation. Do not disturb us. Do not do anything. Then the problem comes in, that the dog's barking. The noise is there, so you want to go to a place where there is no noise. You want to retire to a solitary retreat for meditation. You cannot meditate while amidst the activity, while being in the world. So you need to go to a sanatorium. When you are at home, you cannot practice the same kind of diet which was prescribed for you, because there are so many attractions and you cannot keep away from them. So you retire to a spiritual sanatorium or ashram or somewhere else. But how long can you remain there? One day you have to come back into the world, and you have to practice awareness only in an activity when there is everything is there to disturb you. And in that moment, if you can keep yourself away or separate from everything else, not disturbing you in any way, then you have achieved natural awareness. If you are feverishly attentive, you will hear the car noise, you will miss at that moment listening to me. It will be a disturbance because you don't know how to be totally, simply aware of everything that is happening. You know only one way, how to be alert on one thing and at the cost of everything else. If you move to something else, you will lose the contact with the first thing. If there is a dog barking, your connection with me, listening with the process of listening is lost. If you are listening to me in a feverish mind, then everything else will disturb you because your alertness goes there. Then you are cut off from me. It is one-pointed, not total. A natural passive awareness is just total. Nothing disturbing it. You are listening to me. A noise comes, somebody calls you. There is a knock at the door, a phone rings, dog barks, but your concentration, your focus is not lost in any way. I will explain to you. All our meditation sessions, the personal, take place while I am in my business place, where my responsibility is to attend to the customers. All of a sudden, I am talking on a particular subject or something, explaining. The doorbell rings. It has to be opened. Customer comes in. Connection is lost. In the beginning, it used to be disturbing for you, but now it is not. There are certain persons to whom it is not disturbing. I tell them and what it is very important, how you know whether it is disturbing to you or not. I said, just give me a few minutes. I have to attend a customer. I go, ask, what are you looking for today? So just looking around. Okay, you can look around And if you need any assistance, you can give me a call. I am just around the corner, around right here. Then I come back to you, and you have lost, if you have lost the connection, you will not know what I was talking. So sometimes as a test, I ask you what I was speaking on. But my focus has not been lost, and I will immediately tell you what I was explaining to you. In the beginning, it used to happen, the person will not remember what I was talking because it was a focused attention, focus alertness. So now it has changed. There is no disturbance. It is a moment when I have spoken a word, and then there is a gap between two notes. In the music, there is a gap. So in the beginning, when there is a gap between the two moments, it may disturb you, but later on you realize that it is the sound and the gap together form the music. If you look at the Hindi music, there is a word known as khali. A sound comes in, then there is a gap. In that gap, the sound deepens, goes deeper into you. So that moment has come because of certain circumstances and situation, is a moment when whatsoever has been spoken to you may deepen into you. So a natural, if you are listening to me in a feverish mind, then anything will disturb you. In the beginning, it used to cut off the person from the talk because your alertness goes somewhere else, the bell, the sound of the bell, or something else. Then you are cut off from me. It is a one-pointed, not natural. Natural passive awareness is just total, nothing disturbs it, a moment of gap between two notes. Concentration is always feverish because you are forcing your energy to one particular point. Energy by itself flows. The very nature of the energy, whether it is a sound energy or electrical energy, is that it moves or flows in all directions, like water flowing in all the directions if it is allowed to move freely. But you can direct its flow in a particular direction. Like what happens when a tap is opened, its water goes, there is a certain range, it goes all around. When you connect it to a water hose, you can direct its flow in any direction wherever you want. You can water any plant that you want. But if a tap is open, the water is flowing naturally. It is not directed to a particular tree that you want to water, a direction where you want to do the cleaning. So you use the water hose. So both are necessary, but the person who is doing, he knows the art that this time I need to use the hose, a concentrated flow of energy. Concentration is always feverish because you are forcing energy to one point. Energy by itself flows in all directions. It has no direction in which to move. It simply enjoys flowing all over. We create conflict because we say this is good to listen to and that is bad. The sound of the car or the dog barking is bad and disturbing. If you are doing your prayer and a child starts laughing, it becomes a disturbance for you. Or if the sound of the children playing the television or talking loudly can be disturbing you in the beginning, but as you begin to grow into awareness, this will not disturb you anymore, because you cannot concentrate, you cannot conceive of a simple awareness, not a simple awareness in which the prayer continues and the child goes on laughing and there is no conflict between the laughter of a child or the sound of a television and your prayer. No conflict between the two. They both are part of the bigger whole. Whatsoever is happening in the cosmos or the space around you, which is symbolic of cosmos in a way, you are living by the side of the road. So the vehicles passing, that is natural, you cannot stop the vehicles passing. Instead, if you are not harmony with it, you will create disturbance for you. You say that dog's barking, I cannot change. So sometimes, when long time our sessions used to be, see, the dogs have a natural tendency to bark. When dog begins to bark, say, let us hold on. The dogs are beginning their own meditation session. They are doing their prayers. So enjoy the dog's prayer and then we continue. There is no conflict between all that is happening, different activities taking place around you. They both are part of the bigger whole, or that is what the word is used, synergistic harmony. Try this. Be totally alert, totally aware. Do not concentrate. Every concentration tires you. So when you are now feeling full of energy, doing more work than you used to do before, what is the reason that you are feeling more fresh, energetic than you used to feel? You are not feeling tired because you are not forcing your energy unnaturally in any particular direction. Simply awareness. Remember, simple awareness is inclusive of all that is happening around you. The awareness is inclusive of the barking of a dog, the horn of the cars playing the horn, or children talking. You feel natural. Simple awareness includes all inclusive. When you are passive and non-doing, then everything happens around you, nothing disturbs you, and nothing bypasses you. Everything happens and you know you are a witness to it. Instead, this laughter of the child, the barking of a dog, or the noise of the car passing on the street, blaring music, the raindrops falling, you are a witness to all these things and you have accepted it as they are happening because they are natural. Dogs do not know that you are meditating. The car passing on the street does not know that you are listening to me or you are meditating. So your meditation or singing does not disturb the dog. Why dog's barking is disturbing you? A noise comes, it happens to you, it moves within you, then it passes and you remain as you were. Like breezes passing through you, it comes and passes. The car passes and that's it. After that, there is no noise either again. Just you remain as you were, like an empty room. If there was no one here, the traffic will go on passing, the noise would come into the room, then it will pass and the room would become unaffected. There will be no disturbance. And if nothing had happened, in passive awareness, you will remain unaffected. Everything goes on happening as usual, just passing by you like a breeze, but never touches you. You remain unconcerned. In feverish concentration, everything touches you, impresses you and disturbs you. But in a state of total acceptance, total awareness, nothing disturbs you. There is one more point about it. In the Eastern psychology, we use a word sanskar, conditionings. If you are concentrating on something, you are conditioned. You will get a sanskar. You will get impressed by something. You will get impressed by something if you are simply aware, passively aware, not concentrating, not focusing yourself, just being there, then nothing will condition you. Then you do not accumulate any sanskar or any conditioning. Now the sound of the car passing, dogs barking, is getting an impression in you, a sanskar. But when nothing conditions you, you do not accumulate any impression. You go on remaining virgin. Nothing creates an impression on you. Nothing touches you. If one can be passively aware, he passes through the whole world and the world will never pass through him. You may pass through the busy marketplace, but nothing that is happening in the marketplace will disturb you. This is the way one has to live. We'll continue in the next again. So only this much for this morning. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.